Hey ladies, this is Beth at betchins.net, and I wanted to do a video today on starting a podcast. One of the students in this class had asked about podcasts, and so I just wanted to share from my own experience some tips and some tools for you. The first thing I would recommend, as always, is to pray. Pray and ask God, is this something He wants you to do? Now, podcasts right now are very hot. You can listen to them in your car, as you're doing chores around the house. They're very popular. They're a very fast way to learn things or just to be entertained or whatever you're wanting to get from a podcast. And it's a way for you as a speaker and an author to share your unique, powerful message with others. So the first thing I would encourage you to do is to research on Amazon or wherever you're going to shop and get a microphone. Now, for me personally, I've had lots of different types of mics. I've used headsets like this that have the headset and they also have the microphone on them, and it plugs right into my laptop. So this was probably about $25–30. I believe I got it at Walmart. I use this occasionally. I do have a heavier headset that I use for teachings and Inspired Business Academy and others, so I can have my ears covered and it kind of tunes everything out and I'm able to focus on that. So that's about $25–30. This is one that I got that you actually pin to your dress or to your shirt. And this is a Boya, and I found that at Amazon. It's called Boya by M1 Lavalier Mic, and it is for smartphones, audios, podcasts, and it was $14.95. So that's one option. And one of the reasons I like this is because it has a long cord. Actually, this cord is probably a little bit too long for me. I actually got it for a speaking event, but it's tangled up right now. But it hooks right up to my laptop and it stretches a long way. So you don't have to be right by your laptop. You can spread out quite a bit. Or if you're just needing more cord for whatever you're doing. So it's and it has excellent quality of sound. I do actually have a little cover for it, a little fuzzy cover. I don't know where that is right now, but it goes right on your shirt or your dress, and only $14.95, which is a great deal. And the quality of the sound is amazing. Several years ago, when I was just starting a podcast, I told my kids I wanted this Blue Snowball. This one is white, but they have it in different colors. But this is a very good type of mic. It has a pop filter on it so that when you're speaking, sometimes you're not aware of it, but you might spit or the sound of your voice might cause static or something. So this pop filter helps with you being able to speak clearly and it catching good quality sounds. You can also plug this into the your laptop, and this Blue Snowball is $89.99. Like I said, my kids bought it for me one Christmas because I had been wanting it. So that's an option for you. It's a very good microphone, quality mic, very good quality. Also, the Blue Yeti is quite popular, especially people who podcast a lot. It is the Blue Yeti USB mic for recording and streaming on PC and Mac. It is anywhere from $89.99 to $129.99. Now, I don't recommend starting out buying expensive mics. I recommend probably getting something like this, right? The one that you can put on your lapel, or the other one that you can use with a headset like this. And you can get these at Walmart, Target, anywhere. And you can put it right on your head and you can start podcasting. So whatever you prefer. Some people don't like to wear the headset. Now, what is the next thing that you need to do? It is to get Audacity or some type of recording device. And I'm going to try to share my screen here with you. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Got to make sure I'm going to share the screen. And hopefully you're going to be able to see that. This is Audacity. It's a download that you can do for Audacity for Windows, Audacity for Mac, Audacity for Linux, whatever your system is. And that will help you download it onto your computer, and then you begin recording with it. And let me stop sharing a minute. And that's at audacityteam.org download. audacityteam.org download. And you download that, get it on your computer, and that will be the way that you record. So let me stop sharing this a minute. And now I'm going to go to the next screen. This hopefully will work. I'm going to scoot this over too, because it's a little bit distracting. And this, I'm hoping that you can see that this is inside of Audacity. And so you see over here, it has the headings at the top, File, Edit. And so what you would do is click on File and Open. And it's going to do a brand new file for you. Hold on just a second, it's still loading. And then this is, okay. And then this red button over here is where you start recording. So now I'm recording. I don't know if it'll actually pick it up or not. I don't have a mic plugged in. And you record your podcast there. And then when you want to stop, here's the button, the black button to stop. You can use this button to rewind back to the beginning and listen to it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it did actually record. After that, you get a file, you save it. You can save project as, or you can export it. And I'm not actually going to do that, but you can export it as an MP3. And then it'll bring this screen up. Lots of steps here, and you save whatever the title of your podcast. But I'm not actually going to save it because this was just to show you. There's actually a lot of steps in Audacity. So another, there is quite a learning curve for Audacity. So what you can do instead, if you don't want to mess with Audacity, you can use Anchor, SoundCloud app, and there's others out there. And let me show you again. Share the screen. I'm going to back out of this and go to another one, which is Anchor. Anchor is a way that you can record, host, and distribute your podcasts. One of my friends, Stephanie Carter, just started using Anchor. There's also SoundCloud, which you can use to record it, and then it will be on the internet. So there's many different ones. I did actually find an article today about podcasting, and I'm going to try to go there. And this is called The Podcast Host, How to Start a Podcast Every Single Step for 2021. And this is for planning your podcast for this year. And so I'm going to send that out to you. It's got all the steps you need for starting your podcast. I believe I did actually send this to you before, but this will help you with every step of it. You want to make sure that you have a topic. You want to have a name for your podcast. Ask God to give you the name. For example, my friend Stephanie Carter, God gave her the name Reveal through one of her students. And so her podcast name is To Reveal the truth about God, yourself, and your purpose. And then you can plan your podcast. As for the length of your podcast, it can be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to an hour. Most people like short podcasts because they're busy and they're on the go. How often should you release it? That's really up to you. The best schedule is the one that you can stick to. Now, I need to get better with consistency, but I usually try to do mine at least once a month, sometimes more than that, if I've got some special promotions or something else coming up. You want to choose a good podcast title each time that you're doing it. You might do keyword research for podcasts when you're doing certain topics. And then you can also do things like co-host. You can interview people on your podcast. Once you record that podcast, if you're on Audacity, you need to upload it to a hosting service. That can be Buzzsprout. I want to make sure this is still recording. That can be Buzzsprout, or it can be something like Podbean. There's many of them out there for hosting services for your podcasts. So let's see some of the ones they were naming for hosting. Sorry about that. Buzzsprout was one, Podbean, and there's others out there. Captivate and Transistor. So research all of these. They're different prices, like Buzzsprout is $12 a month. I do not pay for mine on Podbean. Mine is free. If I were to do it more often, I would need to use a paid plan. And their paid plan, I don't think it's very much. Yeah, it's only like $9 a month for unlimited audio, $29 a month. And that's when you're really using it for monetization. And then business for business podcasts, podcast networks. So those are some of the tips that I have for you. After you get your podcast on a hosting site like Podbean or Buzzsprout, or if you're going to use Anchor to do it all, you want to make sure that it's on iTunes. And that in itself is very techy. I really cannot help you with that part. I had to do that myself, and it was very stressful. It took a lot of Googling and research. You might want to hire a VA to help you with that part. But I would encourage you to try to get it on iTunes to try to get your message out there even more. So those are some of my tips for you. I'm going to stop sharing now. And I hope this was helpful to you. Like I said, I don't pay anything for my podcasts. It's up, I think maybe $5 a month for hosting or something. I think I got on the free plan, but I don't pay much at all. But I try to do mine once or twice a month. As far as the topics, I ask God what he wants me to share about. It's a great way when you start writing your books or you start selling things, coaching, whatever you're going to charge for. It's a great way to get your message out there and get people to know about you more. You know, it's important for people to see you on video, but it's also important for people to be able to hear your voice. What does your voice sound like? For me personally, I was born and raised in South Georgia, so you can still hear my Southern drawl. I still say y'all. I still say I'm fixing to, which means I'm about to go to the store. I'm about to go somewhere. You can still hear my Southern drawl in my voice, even though I've lived here in the Midwest in Missouri for over 25 years. But you can still hear it. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud that, you know, I'm Southern born, that there's an expression, you can get the girl out of the South, but you can't take the South out of the girl. And that's me. I still love fried catfish and hush puppies and cheese grits and all that. So you want to be yourself on your podcast. You want them to hear your voice. My friend Stephanie was worried that she didn't have the right voice for podcasting, but she has a very soothing voice. You know, let people get to know your voice. And you may not think you don't have the right voice, but I remember one time that Joyce Meyer, who is a worldwide preacher, teacher, speaker, goes all over the world speaking and has a huge ministry. She used to say that she didn't like the sound of her voice, but God has her blabbing her voice all over the world, which is really funny. So even though you may not like the sound of your voice, it's okay. It is a way for you to get your new message out there, to share your expertise and reach more people. So I hope this was helpful to you. It is a learning curve if you're going to use Audacity, but you can also use something simple like Anchor to do it all in one place. And there's other things out there. SoundCloud, I've used SoundCloud before. You can download this, or whatever it's called, download SoundCloud on your phone, get the app on your install. You can install the app on your phone and record it on your phone and get it right out there immediately. So that's very convenient. Many different ways to do podcasting. I believe the most important thing is to get a good mic. And like I said, you don't have to spend hundreds. You can get one of these quality sound, or you can get a headset like this. It's fine, but make sure your sound quality is good. You don't have a lot of background noise. Right now, the fan is on in my office. You might be hearing that fan. Let me be quiet a minute and let's see if you hear it. That little clicking noise, that's a fan. You don't want to do that during really a video or a podcast. You want to have, silence in your background, and you don't have barking dogs or your cat meowing or your husband or kids or someone coming in and out of your office. You want it to be professional. This week, I hired someone to do an intro for my podcast. I found her on Fiverr, Fiverr. So I'm excited about that. She's just going to be announcing my name, my website, what I do. And I'm just going to put that sort of in the middle or somewhere in the podcast for a little bit more professional quality to my podcast. And I also need to work on the consistency. So please let me know below this video in the Facebook group. If you have any questions, you can PM me on Facebook. You can Vox me on Voxer. Get the Voxer app on your phone. I really would like y'all to start Voxing me so I can start practicing with it, because I went to start doing Voxer coaching, and this would be very good practice for me. You can just say hello to me on Voxer, ask me a question about this group, about this training, and I'll answer you. You can do it with audio or text on Voxer. So you can send me a message on there. You can also email me at elizabethdjones@gmail.com. So I pray this was helpful. Be blessed and have a beautiful day. This is Beth at bethjones.net, and I will talk to you later. Let me know any questions you have, and I'll be glad to try to answer. If I don't know the answers, I'll try to find out for you. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.